Продовжуємо роботу в українському кризовому медіа-центрі. Запрошую до слова.
Continue our working day at Ukraine Crisis Media Center. And now the floor is given to Colonel Oleksandr Motuzyanyk, Minister of Defense of Ukraine spokesperson on NATO-related issues. Welcome. Good afternoon, everyone. Dear colleagues, during the last 24 hours, in the result of the military actions, no Ukrainian serviceman was killed or wounded. The Lugansk sector, yesterday, the intensity of enemy fire was rather low. Russian occupation forces, between 10 and noon in the morning, twice opened fire with use of grenade launchers and small arms in the region of Krymsk, and late in the evening delivered short shelling of Katerinivka using grenade launchers. So on the whole, during the last 24 hours in the Lugansk sector, there were 3 shellings delivered by the enemy. The Donetsk sector, the intensity of shellings delivered by the enemy was rather high. Heavy weapons was not used by the enemy. At night, the occupants delivered 3 armored provocations in the region of Shakhta-Butivka position, and at 11 military actions restarted in Zaitsevo, and also in Shakhta-Butivka-Avdiivka part of front line. The enemy provocations lasted with interruptions until the end of the day. Yesterday, in the Donetsk sector, there were 18 armored provocations delivered by the enemy. The Mariupol sector, right after midnight, Russian occupation forces opened fire with the use of weaponry of tanks and APCs in the region of Mariinka. And in this case, the militants launched at Ukrainian positions about 10 shells. And 1 more armored provocation happened in Shirokino. So on the whole, yesterday, in the Mariupol sector, there were 3 shellings delivered by the enemy. The Lugansk sector, there were instruction and methodological training for commanders of military units and detachment of missile forces and artillery. The aim of the training is to sum up and share experience concerning deployment of forces, of units and detachments in the regions of concentration, and improvement of order of training of detachments to carry out military actions. Also, they had medical, engineering, special tactical training, and also had firing and artillery fire control exercises. Detachments of the units of special forces of Central Territorial Command of National Guard had anti-terror training, and they were trained how to free buildings seized by the terrorists and deactivate perpetrators who are going by car. According to the scenario, they seized the building was seized, and the terrorists took hostages, and special forces successfully completed the task of releasing the hostages and freeing this building. And 7 trucks from UNO went through Novotroitsk checkpoint to uncontrolled territories, bringing hygienic kits and kits for early development of children with overall mass of 41 tons. And these are the goods for the residents of the occupied territories. Thank you for your attention.